Hello everyone, my name is Zenitsu and I'm back with another Digimon video. So previously we've seen a couple of cards from the new starter decks, and even though we already got the full list of each of the starter decks shown, we still didn't know exactly what the cards do, and now we're finally getting to see what some more cards do. So first up, starting with the new black card that we're getting, it is another version of Machinedramon, and Machinedramon is pretty good considering his stats look about average for your usual Mega, and then he has this nice when Digivolved ability. You get to choose two of your Digimon, and then they get reboot until the end of the opponent's turn. So this is pretty good because it's just another way of getting reboot. You could give reboot to himself, you could give reboot to basically anything you really want to. And that's just really good because it allows you to be a little bit more aggressive, and especially if you have any blockers, then all of the blockers basically become reboot blockers for the turn, which again is still pretty good because it allows you to sneak in some attacks. Next up, we have Venom Myotismon. So Venom Myotismon, his stats are exactly the same as Machinedramon's over there. And he even has his own when Digivolved ability. You get to choose two of your Digimon, and they get retaliation until the end of the opponent's turn. So this is pretty good because giving retaliation to basically anything you really want to is just a very, very powerful ability to have, because retaliation, if you don't know, allows you to basically swing into the opponent's Digimon if it's rested, and it allows you to basically trade with that Digimon regardless of DP. So retaliation can be pretty good. Purple has a blocker, so you could set this up on a blocker, so you could have like a retaliation blocker, and that's just a pretty good synergy combo there. So being able to give your Digimon retaliation is just a very, very powerful thing to have, and because purple generally plays on the lower end of the curve, it isn't necessarily hard to have a couple of bodies on board to give retaliation with, and the fact that this is an on-digivolved ability means it could come out of seemingly nowhere, so the opponent really has to think carefully on how and when they want to attack. And then the last card that we got shown from the new starter decks is going to be another Rosemont. So Rosemont, like the others, has the exact same stat line, and then she even has her own when Digivolved ability. You get to choose one of your opponent's Digimon, and it can't attack or block until the end of your opponent's turn. So her on Digivolved ability just basically locks one of the opponent's Digimon out from doing anything, which is pretty good because it could get rid of a pesky blocker, or if it's a very powerful Digimon that you don't want swinging into you, then you could lock that Digimon down. So this is just a pretty good ability to play with overall, and I definitely think that for a starter deck, all three of these cards are doing some really, really good and powerful things. So for those who don't know, this is what the full deck list for each of the new starter decks are. So like I said, we do know a couple of cards from them, and as more cards get revealed, it'll just lead to more excitement around these starter decks. And I even posted up their ratios, so you could know exactly what of how many is going to be in the starter decks. So that's kind of all I really have for this video. As always, feel free to tell me your thoughts down in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content, and I will see you in the next video.